That is all I'm taking with me. So goodbye. Please don't cry. We both know I'm not what you need. And I will always love you. I will always love
Hi and welcome to my show. Today I'm going to be talking about juicing. Juicing is part of the health and lifestyle show that I do, and this is titled Juicing a Cup a Day for Health, Vitality, and Longevity. So you're asking, what is juicing? Juicing is a very effective concentrated supplement. This juicer right here is a standard juicer. You can get them anywhere from $50 to $800. This one is the cheaper standard ones. They're used to process fruits and vegetables to make fresh raw fruit juice, which is healthier kind than going to the store and getting processed pasteurized juice, and I'll tell you why later on in the show. So there's a few reasons to juice. It's to cleanse your body, for detox, they're concentrated nutrition, and there's a lot of enzymes and digestion. Basically, just to summarize everything I'm going to say in the next few minutes, is the reason to juice is because fresh, raw, unpreserved, unpasteurized juice contains amino acids, minerals, enzymes, and vitamins that the body uses to clean itself, to regenerate, and to nourish. So a lot of people use juicing for cleansing. People will go on juice fasts lasting from anywhere from 1 day to a week, just drinking juices, fresh juices that they will produce themselves with their juicer at home. And it cleanses the liver, the colon, the kidneys. It does help to purify the blood. It does help with the cells. The cells will digest food easier, and the absorption of the juices is so much better than the absorption of food. Fresh juice is also bursting with a lot of pure water, not tap water or spring water. And what I was talking about earlier, the juice fasting is also known as a detox, and it does speed up the cleansing of toxins and parasites. Concentrated nutrition. If you take supplements for vitamins or minerals, those supplements are not anywhere near as effective as supplements from fresh juice that you juice at home that are pure. Hopefully it's organic, but if not, it's no big deal. It's an excellent way to absorb the maximum nutritional content of fruits and vegetables from juice. If you eat an apple, there's fiber in that apple that will prevent your body from absorbing all the nutrition from that apple, because your body is digesting all the energy into digesting the fiber and the nutrients. But when you take it in juice, the nutrition goes right into your bloodstream and is absorbed right away. So a lot of people will drink juice instead of the fruit. If you're asking the question, why should I juice if I can just eat the whole fruit by itself? Well, it's because the digestion is a lot easier and you absorb the nutrients a lot better. The example I have here is, it takes over a pound of carrots to make 1 single glass of carrot juice. And not many people can eat a pound of carrots by themselves in one sitting. It's easier to digest. The juice is a lot easier to digest, and the concentrated nutrients go to work right immediately to nourish and to heal and to repair. So there's a lot of nutrition in just that 1 cup. There's a lot. Enzymes and digestion. Enzymes are what make everything happen in the body. It's like the workforce. Enzymes are needed for digestion and absorption of food. The problem with eating processed foods or even home-cooked meals is that when you cook the foods, the enzymes in the foods are destroyed by the heat. So when you have the juice, if you process it yourself with the juicer, there's no heating required in that, so it's not cooked. So you're having fresh, raw, untreated juice right there. That's the problem with buying juice from the store, is it's always going to be pasteurized for health and safety reasons. A lot of health juices may say on the container flash pasteurized, which means that it was quickly heated at a high temperature really quickly. So the enzymes may still be intact, but it's still cheaper to make your own, and it's healthier. Juicing, because like I said, the fiber does take a lot of energy for your body to digest, even though fiber is essential for, burning calories, helping with the bowel movements. It's still, when you juice it, you get rid of the fiber so your body can utilize the nutrition in the juice right away. It doesn't have to have that burden of the fiber to digest. There's another example here about the carrots. When you eat the carrot whole, just the carrot, you may be able to assimilate 1% of the nutrition in the entire carrot. When you juice it, it can go up to as high as 100%. It's really effective. More benefits, of course, if you're juicing carrot juice, you have the vitamin A and the beta-carotene, helps with the skin repair. You're juicing vegetable juices, it does help with bowel movements, so it gets rid of things like kidney stones. A lot of fresh juices, fresh vegetable juices have compounds like broccoli that will help with cancer. They have cancer-fighting compounds. Vitamin C, vitamin E, everything that's in fruit that you would eat for the reason of eating fruit and salad, except it's more concentrated and it's just digested a lot easier and a lot quicker. So there's a couple of kinds of juices. There's fruit juices, there's also vegetable juices, green juices. Fruit juices are the tastier, sweeter kind that have a lot of sugar in them. So if you were to juice a lot, usually mix the two, vegetable and fruit, or it's better to mix. It's better not to focus on just fruit because it does taste good and it's a very quick energy booster, but it will raise your insulin levels even though it is a natural drink. It's got a moderation. You have to not overload on any one type. Fruit is helpful with cleansing, it's refreshing, again the energy. It's a great thing to have in the morning with lemon juice or orange juice. Again, it flushes the system from toxins, especially if you have it in the morning with lemon juice. It really does help to flush the system. Grapes, apples, and lemons are all strong cleansers and purifiers. Apples are used a lot in juicing. It's usually the base. If you have apple, carrot, and broccoli or cucumber and tomato, there's usually a lot of apple. It's about 20 to 50% mostly, even if you buy it from juice bars. They do use apples in almost all of their juices. Again, so fruit juice is good for minerals, iron, copper, potassium, sodium, iodine, magnesium. So many more minerals that we don't even know of that is in, of course, fruits and vegetables. Green juices. Green juices are those ones that may not taste as good, but can taste as good if you end up blending it with banana or putting apple or even blueberries in them. They're very soothing. Unlike fruit juices that give you the energy and make you a little bit more hyper, green juices will calm you down, they'll center you, they'll balance you, and they just give you that calm, relaxed feeling. Usually help with cravings or with stressful days or with just nervousness and anxiety. It's very nourishing, green juices, because they do have a lot of, again, it's like the concentrated supplements. They do have a lot of nutrition in them, a lot of vitamins and minerals. But because green juices are very, very effective, you should always mix them with some kind of fruit. You should never have entirely 100% green juice, even if you buy green juice in stores. Like I know the brand Healthy Planet will sell green juice with like spirulina and chlorella and chlorophyll in it, but it's always, of course, there's always going to be banana or grapes or apples just to balance everything because it's very concentrated, the green juice. And so before getting into the vegetable juices, because I have a whole list of vegetables, first juice, fruit juice, what do you juice? And why? Well, there's apples that are rich in malic acid, and again, softening gallstones and any kind of hardening in the body. If you have arteries, because of the malic acid in apples, hardening of the arteries, it'll help with that. Citrus fruits have compounds in them that help your body to remove carcinogens, which of course are the cancer-causing substances, so obviously decreasing your chance of, contracting cancer. Grapes will have a compound in them called a phytochemical that will protect the cells from DNA damage. The sun rays, radiation, pollution, any kind of damage that can damage the DNA. Cranberries are very famous for juicing. They have antibacterial, inflammatory, and anti-tumor properties. They cleanse the kidneys. They're good for kidney stones. It helps the liver, helps lower uric acids. It's very good for the liver and for the kidney. And of course it has that nice rich red color. And then vegetable juices. There's so many different vegetables you can juice. You can juice cucumber, cabbage, celery, potato, radishes. Anything in the supermarket you see, all that stuff can be juiced. Cucumber juice is very, very balancing. It cleans your kidneys. It lowers high blood pressure. It improves the skin. It's high in potassium and magnesium. And very, very important for a cucumber is it's high in silica. Silica is also sold in stores, but why buy it in stores when you can get the source right here? Because silica is very good for your skin, it's good for your fingernails, it's good for your hair, it's good for the cartilage, and for firmed toned skin. Cabbage juice is good for joint stiffness, stomach, repair, stomach cramps. Cabbage is one of those vegetables. Well, some people will report they have flatulence from eating it cooked, but if you juice it, a lot of people say they don't have problems with that. Celery is good for nerves. If you're anxious, has a lot of natural occurring sodium, which is better than the regular sodium you get in chips. Carrot juice is very common. Carrot juice is about as common as apples in juices. Carrot juice is high in a lot of vitamin A, very good for skin repair. Vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, E, K, minerals, everything, calcium, phosphorus, sodium, trace minerals. It's good for your bones, your teeth, your skin, your hair, your nails. Cleanses the liver. Of course it cleanses the liver. And it also helps with bowel movements and releasing toxins that have built up in your system. Carrot juice is one of those juices where you can put about 2 or 3 carrots into the juicer and you'll get about this much of juice. But again, it's a lot. It's very concentrated, so it goes into your system and it will help with skin repair. You can see improvements very quickly with juices. And then you have things like garlic and ginger, which you can put. Garlic is good for your heart. If you put it in juices, it doesn't have that strong taste that you might expect because you will be mixing it with other things. Ginger helps digestion, of course, after your meal if you want. I know people drink ginger tea, but if you want before a meal to have some ginger in your juice, give it time to digest. It will help with digestion. Lettuce is packed with a lot of minerals and vitamins, and if you eat it in your salad, good. If you have extra lettuce, you don't know what to do with it, you can juice it, why not? And of course you have parsley, which is one of those wonderful herbs that you can do almost anything with. And parsley has oils that inhibit certain tumor formation, especially in the lungs. It's great for oxygen, releasing oxygen to the brain and increasing oxygen to the brain. And it's very high in chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is found in a lot of green juices. If you end up buying green juices from health food stores, there's chlorophyll in there because chlorophyll is very good for releasing oxygen into the system, and it's very nutrition dense. It's like seaweed and algae. Then you have collards and kale, which a lot of people might not put in their salads, but if you juice it, it has a lot more calcium than milk, and the calcium here in the vegetables is a lot. It's better to absorb rather than the actual calcium from milk. Here it's 100% calcium and it's very easy to absorb. And you have potato, which I think the most potatoes people eat is baked potato or potato from chips. Here you can actually juice it. Same with yams, you can juice potato and yams. And it's going to be raw, obviously. It's not going to be cooked, but you still have something to put in your drink. Not on its own, but something else as a drink. High in potassium. Spinach. Spinach is one of those vegetables where if you do juice it, you don't get a lot of juice for what you juice. You can put like 3 handfuls of spinach juice and you might get a few drops. But it's a very, very powerful blood cleanser. It does cleanse your blood very well. And of course you're going to mix it with other things. It makes a wonderful combination with carrot. I figured I might include some recipes in this presentation. If you're just beginning, you can just do whatever you like. You can put in a carrot, an apple, some spinach, cucumber, and pepper. Or if you want to follow something a little bit more laid out for you, just so you don't get something that's really weird tasting. There's a strong carrot combo and a tropical passion. Obviously, you know which is the fruit and which is the vegetable. So you just put beets with celery, spinach, parsley, green pepper, garlic, and ginger, and maybe about a half 5-pound bag of carrots. And that will probably give you a good large cup. You can drink it straight. If you leave it out for a while, the enzymes will, it won't be as effective because the enzymes won't be as fresh. Or if you want something in the morning and you need, something sugary, you put the grapes, the kiwis, the guava or the papaya, the pineapple, and the strawberries and the orange together, and you can have yourself a tropical drink, which is very sweet. Or you can end up taking those and blending them, but this is not a blending presentation, it's a juicing presentation. So you will absorb the nutrition much better from juicing. Or you can just, take all the vegetables you got one day, come home from shopping, just experiment yourself, see what you like. Start off with carrot and apple, and then put in yam, put in peppers, put in spinach. It's up to you. It's what people prefer in their taste buds. And then if you were in Toronto, of course you're in Toronto, but if you want to go somewhere for dinner or just feel like walking around downtown, there's a couple of juice bars if you want to visit and end up paying $5 for a glass of juice, which is a little bit much, but they're still good. Fresh by Juice for Life is very famous juice bar. There's actually quite a few in Toronto. I know there's one at Spadina Station. If you get up, it's right next to the Pizza. There's Big Carrot, which is an organic juice bar near Chester Station. Big Carrot is a whole, organic food store, but they do have a juice bar. Then they sell organic, vegetarian foods. The juices are pretty simple. You can make them yourself if you have a juicer. If not, you can buy a juicer for around $50 or $60, or you can pay $5 a glass for the juice. Booster juice is quite common in stores and malls. I know there's Freshly Squeezed. That's one that probably everyone knows. That's also in malls. Super Sprouts sells sprouts, wheatgrass juice, more of the green juices, and they give you sprouts that you can maybe juice your own. And Give Me a Squeeze juice bar, same as the other ones. It's all just selling you. They'll literally make the juice right in front of you and give it to you. It's always better to make your own, from what I see it. And so basically that's it for my presentation. I hope you learned something from it. I hope you would consider maybe a glass a day. A glass a day would keep the doctor away. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.
If I should stay, I would only be in your way, so I